Hello, guys, welcome to the episode. In this episode, we're gonna look on the DCP, how to create an DCP in English. Okay, if you want the Kannada version, it will be there in the iCard section. Okay, let's begin without any further ado. So, first of all, what's an DCP? So, DCP is nothing but digital cinema package. So, it comes like this. It's just a hard disk. In it, the media will be there or the film will be there. Okay, like it will be a case inside that the hard disk and its connectivity like SATA to USB and power and all, and one USB cable will be there. That is called as DCP kit. Usually everyone prefers that. Okay, and let's talk about resolutions in DCPs. So usually there are only two kind of resolutions. One is 2K, one is 4K. So here are some of the resolutions of the 2K and the 4K. You can take a screen snip, or else you can just like play it over. Okay. What is CinemaScope? What is flat? What is just DCI? I'm gonna explain that. Okay. This is 16:9. This is 4K DCI or 2K DCI. This is the CinemaScope. 4K or 2K DCI CinemaScope. Usually it's being used in cinemas. Usually they call it as letterbox, but the resolution changes. This is the 4K flat. See, there is one top, little thin, and even bottom. So 4K flat is just little bit extra of 16:9. So now let's see where DCPs are used. Mainly it's used in cinema projection, film festival projection, digital ad presentation, and getting the movie rated. Like in India it's in US it is PG-13, like that. Okay, and many more things. So let's come to FPS now, frame rate per second. So common FPSs means, first let me explain FPS. So FPS is the number of frames projected in a second is called as FPS. So how many images? For example, 30 images in 1 second. That is called as 30 FPS. Okay. I guess you might have seen this in IMAX theaters or the old theaters which would have the reels. So it would move in a very fast manner. Okay, 30 FPS. So to get that speed, 30 like the moving picture, that's why it's called as motion picture also. Okay, so you'll get it, I guess. Okay, so the common FPSs in DCP are 24, usually rounded off from 23.947. Okay, rounded off. And the rare FPSs are 30, 45, 40, even 48. Okay, and 59.94, 60. This is also an round off of this. Most of the films, almost 95% of the films use this FPSs. Okay, these are little bit rare. I guess around 5% may be used. And I'm talking about the DCP final, not the shooting of the movie, because many slow-mo shots are done on a camera which has 60 or 120 FPSs. But this will be the final. Whenever the DCP is being generated, like that, the timeline and all. So in that 24 FPS, like that, it will be there. Okay, and one more thing, 16 is also there. Now let's head over to the visuals part. Okay, the color spaces. What are the usual color spaces used for DCP? In DCP, the main one is used as P3, D65. Okay, so usually this one is used for the DCPs. Okay, so here you can see the color spaces is what the difference between the color spaces like Rec 2020, Rec 709. Rec 709 is one which in we have in mobiles, not the iPhones, but in mobiles. So that's Rec 709. Even the cheaper DSLRs have Rec 709. Rec 2020 is new. Okay, it's new to the market, and many applications are like many monitors are there, but not so much. Okay, P3D65 is the common color space for DCPs and for cinemas. Okay, and then the main difference between all these is the color spaces is number of colors and luminance. Number of colors means in this particular triangle how many colors are being generated. Like if you can see, this is the spot where D65 is there. That's called white spot. So from here, how much greens will be there, how much magenta or the red will be there, how much purplish will be there. So it depends upon the color spaces. So the highest is currently the DaVinci wide gamut in videos, but I don't think it will come in DCP point of view. We can have DCP point of view P3 or Rec 709 currently. Now let's move to the next one. As I told you, DCI P3 is the color space for DCP, and gamma will be usually around ST2084 or gamma 2.4 for the DCP final. The new thing in the market is Dolby Vision. Okay, so what is this? Which I showed you, the triangle thing, the color spaces. So it uses Rec 2020 color space. Okay, with the D65 on it, D65 super wide point. Next, let's come over to the audio. So in the audio we have the codec as linear PCM. We have the in audio we have the codec linear PCM. Okay, and it is usually set to 4800 hertz or kilohertz. And there are many formats in audio, so I am gonna discuss the major ones over here. So 5.1, 7.1, and these are the something new. These are actually immersive audio thing. Usually in the thing we call it as Dolby Atmos. These both are called as this one. Okay, usually the difference between these is in 5.1 there are 5 traditional speakers like the center, left, right, left rear, right rear. Okay, we'll take the example of 5.1 and 5.1.2. Okay, here usually this will be the configuration and the person will be sitting over here. Okay, and then the subwoofer would be usually placed between the left and the center like this. Okay, usually, but it depends upon theater. Okay, and one format like 5.1 or 7.1 cannot be up mixed easily for the theater. Like if the theater is having 22.2, it might not upscale to it. So that's why the introduction of Dolby has come over here. So again, the 5 traditional speakers will be here, how I explained it over here, and one subwoofer, the same like this. But here the introduction of new thing is there, the height speakers or the ceiling speakers. Okay, usually if you go to a modern theater now, you can see up it will be having speakers, lot of speakers above the head. Okay, and there will be in the left and the right also. So usually what is the height speakers, why it is made? So it gives an x-axis depth, like the height depth. If we are standing in a forest, we can hear the leaves going like whistling and all. Like you can be creative with that. Okay, if you have Dolby Atmos, and even DaVinci currently supports Dolby Atmos. Okay, creating in Dolby Atmos ADM file. So now let's see how to export DCP. So first of all, you need to check project settings. This should be done before the cut of the movie. Okay, then you have to check over the color management, how is it there and what is all it's there. Okay, the color spaces, what are the color spaces, and what and all is set in that. Okay, and then export it to DCP. Okay, now let's go to DaVinci. First of all, you need to check the project timeline beforehand, like before importing the footages also into DaVinci Resolve. Okay, you could do after importing also, but not the timeline. So first create the timeline according to the resolution, frame rate, and okay, then you can go. So here I'll just show you timelines, create a new timeline. I'll just uncheck this and go till here. Here we can find the presets only, how which the resolutions which I told. Okay, I'm just gonna go with scope. Okay, and then 24, let it be like that, and just click on create. It might take some time or it might be fast like this, but usually not. Okay, and let's now look at the color spaces over here. Let's go to the color page, and here you need to go to the file, project settings, color management. Here DaVinci YRGB to YRGB color managed. Okay, here you can see the Resolve color management preset. So here you have to click with P3 broadcast or P3 cinema. Okay, so you can go with HDR as the SDR. So I'm just gonna do SDR for now, but you can have, if you are going with Dolby Vision, then you have to click P3 broadcast and enable the Dolby Vision. Okay, output color space also you need to change it to P3 D65. Like everything should be matching over here. Okay, next I'll just choose this and click on save. I'm going to show you the Dolby Vision workflow also. Okay, I guess that has been done, and now you can tweak the colors over here. And one thing to see, that if you are recording in an 16:9 format and you are bringing it to an scope, make sure you frame it properly, because it will come like this boxes in the left and the right. Okay, so you just have to zoom it in a bit. See how the color spaces changed, the luminance dropped, and then blacks are increased. So you need to tweak a bit here. The color spaces changes usually. Okay, so or else what you can do is click on Dolby Vision, target display. Okay, like usually first you need to go with HDR rather than doing SDR. So first you need to grade it in an HDR monitor, then come over to SDR for Dolby Vision. Okay, now click on selected. It will take its own time. Okay, let me just pause for a second and let it process. That was an instant regret. It just crashed. Yeah, one more thing to say, if you are doing any professional work in 2021, the quarter one, please make sure you have 16 rather than 17. It's just crashing a lot, more than Premiere Pro, I have to say. So they are making changes to bring stability and all for it. We have to wait and watch. It will take its own time for that. Quarter one or maybe quarter two also. So if you are going to find some music on internet, it might be difficult, and many times copyright claims will come off. Okay, so I have a solution for you guys. Epidemic Music. Okay, so I have a solution for you guys. Epidemic Sound. Okay, it's a big vast library of songs and sound effects. Okay, and you can have 1 month free access using the link below. So make sure you click on sign up using the link below. Okay, the DaVinci is loaded. Now let's go back to the work. No problem if you have raw shots or C-log shots or any log file also, no problem. it will just assume it and give it a Dolby Vision look over here. It just amplifies and bring it to the normal color space of particular thing. Like if it's Rec 709, it will bring it to Rec 709 piece like that. Okay. So after all the color grading and all, we have to look into the audio section, Fairlight section. Okay, bus format. Here you can choose which one you want. Okay, I'm just gonna select 5.1.2 here now currently, and click on OK. Oh my god, they didn't crash. So now let's see how to export the DCP over here. Okay, then we have to select first the DCP codec, easy DCP type, 4K scope, which we have added, you guys know that. And then tone mapping, you have to go to tone mapping and do Dolby Vision, or else it won't come. Okay, or else it will come as flat what you have graded. Okay, here you can see here I have already done this previously. It's a test, okay, so which I am doing here. So sorry, so this is the composition name, okay, how it can be done. So film title comes first, then the content type. There are many content types, you can go through this in your DaVinci Resolve. The version, the content type modifier, projector aspect ratio, like which projector you are gonna project it on, and interior aspect ratio also, like the timeline one. Okay, and audio language. If the audio language isn't present here, you can just go to add custom item and add it. Okay, subtitle language. If you don't have subtitles, just click on it, or else you can add a custom item, or else you can choose English. Closed caption, open caption is here. Territory, you can choose which country and all can it be done. Rating also you can add. Audio type also you can add a custom item also. Okay, so hearing impaired is something available for them, like watching the movie and all for them. And sound format, Atmos, resolution 4K, studio, the studio which you are doing, you can add custom one. Okay, and date and facility where the DCP is being generated, that one. Okay, then standard and the package type. Okay, then click on OK. Here it will come, and you have to add issuer and content version label. Okay, this is not the teaser, by the way, this is an test. Okay, and you can have the subtitles also here, burned on the video or else as a separate file. Now let's come to the audio. Audio will be same like this, but the minus one thing is you cannot export Dolby Atmos in DCP. So we need to check that how to do, like in IMF it's supported but not in DCP. Add to render queue, then click on render. It will take a age. See, one thing to note, that the colors have little bit shifted, so you need to go to a cinema server to preview what's going on in the DCP. So I recommend you twice or thrice generate the DCP and go and check back and come before the final one is done. Okay, and if you have fusion compositions and all, and you are having the color space transformation, first I recommend you to do all the cuts, not the color grading. Okay, first all the cuts, VFX, audio, then come over to fusion composition and do everything, and then start color grading. Because what happens means the color space might get like different. Okay, rather than what it's there. So do like how the bottom taskbar is there, like cut, edit, fusion, color page, Fairlight, like that. You go according to that, because that is good. You can go back and forth, but the main procedure should be like this, I guess. Okay, so the export is done, and I'll just try to import the DCP file over here if it's possible. I don't know. Where is it? Exports. Where is exports? Yep, exports. Oh, Rama. Okay, the DCP is generated. It's crashing here. I don't know why. And so that's all I wanted to say. And you can play DCP on DaVinci Resolve itself, or else on Easy DCP or DCP-O-Matic. Okay, anything which is DCP access with the color space in it. So yeah, thank you for watching the video and hope you liked it. Cheers. And then hope you click the like button if you have liked it. Click the dislike button if you have don't liked it, and please mention if you have disliked and tell me why did you dislike it. Okay, or else don't dislike. Okay, meet you in the next episode. Thank you.